Right, we've just finished at Stamford Bridge. Chelsea 2, West Ham 0. And it was the story of one man, Eden Hazard. As it so often is for Chelsea, he made all the difference. Quite an extraordinary first goal. Danced past 6 of your players, I'm afraid. It's not going to look too good back on the replay, but he is a magician and he can just have moments of pure magic like that and just tear a team apart. Picked it up in centre of the pitch and just drove right through the midfield and completely decimated the whole of West Ham. And then that second goal, just to shore things up, it was a really nervy second half, and that was a crucial moment just to shore up the game. There was still a couple of minutes to go, and West Ham showed real signs of life in the second half, so that made a really big difference. From a Chelsea perspective, so pleasing to see Callum Hudson-Odoi out there again. Only his second Premier League start. It's exactly what Chelsea fans have been calling for. So much pressure on Sarri to get him out there and firing, and he had a real impact today yet again. Driving runs up and down the flanks, his pace just blistering up against the West Ham fullbacks, didn't really have a chance against him, and once again played really impressively. And same again with Ruben Loftus-Cheek, another young player that Chelsea fans are so keen to see in that midfield. 2 goals in his last 2 games, didn't score tonight, but again really impressive. And what was really interesting was the battle with him and Declan Rice, 2 of young England's probably biggest hopes and prospects. And I think Declan Rice has been star for West Ham this season, but today he really kind of got played out of the game. Really struggled in that midfield against the likes of Kante, who is a remarkable player, and yeah, seeing him up against Loftus-Cheek was really interesting, because they're 2 of England's young hopes, and to see them going to battle was really enthralling. I think Chicharito Hernandez really struggled today, hardly in the game. I don't even remember him touching the ball in the first half, so that's got to be a worry for West Ham. But we've got Gonzalo Higuain, and he's not really firing either. I mean, we were expecting him to come in, score a goal every single game, given his record at Napoli under Sarri, so he is still a bit of a worry. Olivier Giroud coming on, didn't get much service, but I think Chelsea fans are starting to think, oh, is he a bit of a bust so far? And with our transfer ban potentially coming in, that is a bit of a worry. But overall, a really exciting London derby. Atmosphere was great here. West Ham fans in very good voice, as you always are, and only the small matter of a trip to Old Trafford for you on Saturday. But given your showing here, I think if the attacking players can get more service, need to get Felipe Anderson into the game more. Arnautovic looked pretty disinterested again, but there were signs that if they can solidify that midfield a bit and really provide Declan Rice with the space he needs and the help he needs to control and boss the game, then anything could happen. So good night here at Chelsea. Come on the Blues. Sorry West Ham, but there's always next time.
I've not really come back from watching the game and been really pissed off or angry, because I feel like it's just been a bit of a hard going game. The team lineup was a lot better than Everton, and it was definitely a team that I feel like could have potentially pinched a draw, even if it was 0-0 or we got a late minute equaliser. So I think we just didn't perform great. We played well, we didn't play awful, but there were so many opportunities to improve on. We were very sloppy in some of our passing in the first half and our defending, as well as just being alert to what's going on. I felt like we were just relying on someone to do something, and then when they don't do it, someone else is relying on someone to pick up from it. It wasn't like we were working as a team as much as we should have done in the first half. And what happens when you don't work as a team is you concede and give away a goal, and Hazard's one of these players where he's gonna tear us a new bumhole, and that's what he did, because he had the space, he had the opportunity to go through, and we didn't respond well enough to tackle him or get him. We just kind of gave him the free pass to go through us, basically, and he slid all the way through and back of the net. If you just slide into a DM, that's how you do it. You just cut past every fucker and score a goal. We just weren't alert enough to it, and you know, it's just these silly mistakes that cause us to concede and cause us to lose. And I mean, second half, we definitely played better. We definitely picked it up a notch. And if you looked at the stats, we went from like no shots to like 5 shots and more chances created and more balls passed in the box. It wasn't like we went downhill. We actually played better. But then you can't have these chances and not do something with it, and we just couldn't react to the pressure that they were giving us. And so when that happens, we get pushed back, and then when we get pushed back, it just kind of goes wrong, because then they start pressing us and then we can't deal with that, and then they get the ball of us, and then we end up being the mice, and we're trying to just run away from the cats basically, when really it should be we want to go in there and go for the kill. But I just don't think maybe everyone was all that with it. I'm not too sure, like the team's lacking confidence now because of everything that's gone on, or if it's just like Chelsea was so much more better than us. But I don't think they were fantastic, but I don't think they were amazing. It's just a difficult situation when they've got a top class player that can do the damage, and you know, that's what he did, and we weren't giving him pressure, we weren't keeping him off the ball. And you know, we've just got to learn from it and pick ourselves up, because we just got to see how we played, improve on the mistakes that we've made, go back into training and come back as like a well-working team. And obviously it's hard when you've got injuries, because then there's not more creativity that can be offered. Like Antonio was meant to start injury, and Nazari could have come on, but he got an injury as well. So it's unfortunate, but you know, we've got to work around it, which we did. But obviously it just didn't benefit us in the way that, you know, it could have if we had the players available. So we've just got to hope that they are. I mean, the home game is going to be good, because home ground, we're good there. We've got like all the fans that can give a good push and a good mentality, but we just need to pick it up away games and kind of not give up and just keep that fight going, even though 7th place is not there anymore. I mean, I don't want to see us just keep dropping points and have like Palace overtake us in, you know, the board. Like, at least try to get as many points as we can now. So it's just one of these things where I'm not mad, because it's not like we played horrendously. I think just everyone had their own little sloppy kind of mistakes, which can be improved on. It's just, you just got to go out there and you've just got to play better. And today we just didn't play amazingly enough to get a goal. I mean, it's unfortunate. I thought an Outvidge's goal went in, and I ended up like cheering and jumping in the pub, and then it's embarrassing when you watch it and like it went round the net. But it's stuff like that we just need to think we can do it and keep that kind of mentality going. So it's an unlucky result. I was expecting worse, or a draw. I think it's just a hit and a miss, because our form's a bit everywhere. But I mean, I'm glad it was just 2-0 and not like 4-0, and that we actually tried in the second half. So we've just got to see how it goes, and hopefully we get the confidence back.